Hey guys, welcome to the video. I'm actually starting this one off a little bit differently simply because I'm lazy. And on my final checks, you can see this is actually even after I've done the introduction. Let's look at this. We can move around with the Oculus Orb. Hell yeah. Look at that. Um, but yeah, you can see this is farther in the future. But I actually was looking through everything and I realized that this video talks a lot about the 45 Herblore requirement being for super attack potions, but that's not actually the reason why we did 45 Herblore at this point. I just forgot that the main point is to get to the Legends quest. You need 45 Herblore to complete Legends, and that's why we're doing it now. The super attack potions were just a bonus, but I kind of forgot about that in the mountain of everything we're doing, and I really don't feel like redoing all of those video clips right now because I'm trying to get this guide finished. So just take it for what I'm saying right now. It's for Legends. It's not for super attacks. Okay, that is all. Enjoy the video. Okay, guys, I am back, and I now have level 60 range. I also went ahead and did some training and got 55 defense. This wasn't, technically the most efficient to do right now, but I just had some time where I couldn't record, so I just kept parking myself at sand crabs. I also got 44 hunter. Most importantly, I got over 43 hunter. I just went a little bit farther, had some extras. I'm probably going to stop here at birdhouses. Now, it is efficient to just keep doing birdhouses, really, pretty much all the way to 70. I mean, you could go to 60 or something and do chinchampas maybe at that point, but you want to doing birdhouses all the way is very good because you get lots of seeds. But I'm probably not going to worry about that because it is quite a hassle and it would take a very long time IRL, and I'm trying to get this series finished and move through it. So I will probably be doing most of my farming training at Tithe Farm. Tithe Farm is a really good way to train farming. You need to do a lot of it anyway for the seed box. So covering a lot of that early training from seed box will help out, and it's really not so bad after the update. And we'll go from there. This is what I got on seeds. As I said, I just kept all my seeds. I'm definitely going to be dropping a lot of these logs to clear up spaces. They weren't even necessary. Whenever you guys loot Wintertide, I'll probably have you not even keep these logs. There's just hardly any at all, and it wasn't worth the hassle, of the extra inventory space while looting Wintertide. That was quite an ordeal. So I think that's it for the overview. As I said, I'll be going to falconry, probably just train falconry and salamanders and whatnot all the way to 70, but I'll cover that probably in a future clip when I get to it. Alright, so up next is actually going to be questing, and I originally was going to go to the Slayer point boosting, but I realized I should probably do some questing first to get Herblore. We want to get super attack potions before we really get into Slayer, and we need to do this anyway, so it should be done before I get to that. So I shouldn't wait until after I've done Slayer to get super attack potions. I should do it the opposite order. So we're gonna do that. First quest on the chopping block is Shades of Morton. Just a really simple quest, and we'll go ahead and do it. Alrighty, guys, let's go ahead and pop in here and have a chat about this section. First of all, I want to talk about the whole kind of reason I'm doing it in this order. And as I just mentioned in the previous clip, the original purpose of doing these Herblore quests now was to get 45 Herblore to be able to create super attack potions. But I then realized later that getting super attack potions for Slayer was not the best idea because they're not a huge upgrade, and I really wanted to use my irids on the Mastering Mixology minigame rather than potions. And that's because they give the Aga paste, and at the lower levels, only level 60 and such, you only have, well, actually that's the only option for Aga paste until you get to the higher level herbs. So you really shouldn't be using your irids on super attacks. Really, for the most part, you can just use normal attack potions from the Warriors Guild, and they are perfectly fine. It's only a very slight upgrade to use the super attacks rather than the normal attacks. But either way, I'm going to go ahead and have the guide just do these Herblore quests now because you got to do them eventually. So why not now? There's no real harm in doing them now. It doesn't take that long to do. and you got to get those quests done eventually. So we'll knock them out. But this is one of those things where if you don't want to do it in this exact order, it's not a big deal. Also, I'm lagging quite a bit right now. Okay, another thing, before you get into this questing though, I want you to take a brief break and get yourself a spotted cape. Because you got that hunter level, those hunter levels, you can make yourself a spotted cape, go to the Feldip hunter area, the falconry area, get yourself the hides and make a cape. You also can just do hunter training in general right now. I waited much longer to do hunter, and I'll probably have the default for the guide to be to wait because, it's not a huge difference. But if you do your hunter now, then you can actually get a spotty cape, which I think is level 69 hunter to catch the dashing kebits, and it is slightly better than the spotted cape. And doing hunter rumors, you're gonna go to, I think, what, level 52 or something. You do spotted kebits at falconry until you can do adept rumors, and then do rumors all the way to level 70. Or you could just do salamanders or something. I mean, whatever you want to do. There is some loot from the hunter rumors that you can hold on to, but I'll be covering what I want you to do for the loot later. But at the end of the day, it's not that too big of a deal to hold on to it because you will have a looting bag already, and you can just store all your stuff in the looting bag that you want to keep. Another thing to mention is that you are now able to get a fighter torso. Technically, you could have gotten it already, but I'm going to assume that you're not straight up leeching, which I've got no problem if you're doing that, but the guide isn't assuming it. So you got a bit of combat stats, but whenever you feel confident enough, go ahead and death bank. I'm going to assume by this point that you've gotten your Herblore seed. If you haven't, it's not a big deal. You can always death bank at Nightmare as well, as we did earlier in the guide, but you have to death bank because you cannot bring a rune pouch into the Barbarian Assault minigame. So you need to death bank to get in there. It is a safe death if you die though, so you'll be okay. I also strongly recommend, but don't require, that you pick up some penance gloves while you're there. They don't require that many points. It's maybe like one game or one more round on average. It's not too bad, but these are actually really good weight reduction gear as well, and they are all storable in your house. And we've already picked up the camo gear earlier. You'll have the polar gear. You can get another style if you want the Fashionscape, but it doesn't matter. But together, these pieces of gear will be your weight reduction so that you can wear them and do that while questing in place of graceful, because we did not get graceful in this route. Anyway, that's what I got. We're just gonna show some quests, and this will be probably a quick and easy video as far as things to show. Okay. There we go. Got that done. A little bit of inventory troubles, but it wasn't too bad. Okay, moving right along. I am now going to do Zogre Flesh Eaters, which we should already have the item for, one of these. Because this is used in that quest, I believe. Okay, so I'm not going to worry about that. I guess there's no items for this. Okay, let's go ahead and knock out Zogre Flesh Eaters, and that'll be good. Okay, guys, that was Zogre Flesh Eaters completed. Not the perfect inventory management, but we got it done. And I think you can actually sell this thing for some money, but I don't really care. And so I'm just going to drop it. Alright guys, I'm going to jump in here real quick and let you know the next step on the list is going to be to do the Karamja Easy Diary. Get yourself a 1000 XP lamp to get towards level 30. I'm going to roll the clip here in a second, but I actually did it much later. I didn't feel like doing diaries at this point while I was just in the mood of questing, and I already had level 30 Herblore. Now, you might not get 30 from these experience lamps and from the questing, and it's kind of a crapshoot because you're supposed to have been putting your random event XP on Herblore throughout the guide, but maybe you've been dismissing those or somehow just got unlucky. It's not a huge deal. If you need a bit more XP, then you can take those herbs from Wintertod, make them into some low-level potions. Like attack potions from Guams are super easy to make, and get yourself over the level 30 threshold. This is an important threshold so that you can actually use a lot of the XP lamps from quest rewards. For example, one small favor gives a load of Herblore experience, but you need to be level 30 to use the lamps. Then all the easy diaries, you need level 30, so you could knock out the Karamja easy diary, Rock easy diary, all those things, will be probably shown later, but you can do that, but you need that level 30 threshold. So we'll go from there and continue on with the questing. Okay, guys, there is the Karamja easy diary completed. Didn't take too long, I just didn't feel like doing it earlier. Okay, guys, that was Shiloh Village completed. I kind of did some mess ups because I came all the way here and then I guess I thought something wasn't working, but it was just that I had accidentally put my thing to one small favor prematurely, and yeah, that was not not it, champ. But anyway, we got Shiloh Village done, so it is time to move on to one small favor, everybody's favorite quest. And this one is notable because it gives a boatload of experience. You can use it, of course, on Herblore, but you need to have level 30 before you can use the lamps on that skill. So, yeah, if you're not level 30, you need to get it before you do this quest. As I said, I'm already past level 30, but you might not have this if you didn't get as much Herblore experience from Wintertodd, and maybe you skipped those diaries like I did, but just something to be aware of. Okay, guys. That is one small favor completed. Finally, it took a while. I even missed the red topazes where I crushed all of them and had to go mine extra red topaz. Dear Lord. But that is it. I have now completed one small favor. It is a required quest for legends and others, so you got to get this done. And we will now use the antique lamps on Herblore. 10,000, and then another 10,000 experience. It is a big chunk of XP. There you go, all the way to level 39. And I'm gonna take a break here. Yeah, that was quite a beast. But we'll come back, and then I will be completing Edgar's Ruse and My Arm's Big Adventure. I think that between the two of those, that'll give us 45 Herblore, but we'll see where we end up after the end of that. Okay, that is Edgar's Ruse completed. Big old 42 Herblore, there you go. Hopefully the next one will get us to 45. I'm not sure if it will or not, but we'll find out. I'm not going to worry about calculating it. And next up is My Arm's Big Adventure. Actually, one of my favorite quests. If you read the dialogue, it's kind of funny, but I won't be reading it because we're doing a recording here. But and I've read it before, but we're gonna continue on, and I have to get the favor, so this will be a whole thing, and hopefully it goes smoothly. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and do My Arm's Big Adventure. I also recommend make sure you bring a spade when you do this because you want to make sure that if you get a gout weed drop from while you're getting the favor, then you want to go ahead and collect that. But anyway, we'll see you guys. Okay, guys, I am back. I am now done. I got 60% Taibo One Eye favor, and now we are ready to go. Although, except we're not, because I kind of overlooked the fact that My Iron's Big Adventure requires super compost, and I should have put that in the bin before I got the favor because it would probably be done by now. Because this, I took a while. I was originally going to just do the recording of it, but this actually took longer than I thought, so I'm probably just going to do a cut from 0 to 60. so you guys don't have to look through all that and whatnot. Also, in the middle of that, for those who notice, I also trained Hunter. Kind of random it might seem, but you don't really need any inventory or anything. You can just do falconry whenever you kind of feel like. So I had some space open and some time where I couldn't record, and so I just knocked out a bunch of Hunter. I'll be doing these passively, kind of as you go, because there's a lot of level 70 skills to get, and Hunter is one that I can do kind of any time. So I'll probably be mixing that in as we go. And I'm doing falconry, and then I'll probably do red salamanders to 70, something like that. So as I said, you guys can do birdhouses all the way to 70 and beyond if you would like, but I'm not about that life. I want to make it faster than that IRL time. Okay, so anyway, what I'm going to do is make up for my steak and go ahead and make some super compost, and then I'll probably just cut and wait for the super compost to be done because I should have already done that. So I will show you how we make super compost as a ultimate Ironman. The way to do it is to go over here and buy pineapples from the charter ships and then note them on the tool leprechaun. And I don't think I'll do a ton of them right now because there are better ways in the future. You can farm watermelons, farm snake grass, stuff like that. So you don't need to make a ton of these, but it is a good way to do it. Grab a bunch of pineapples here, and I'll probably do. You know what? I'll just do it per world. I only need a couple. I'll probably get like 4 inventories for 60 of these, so that's 60 super composts. Will have a pretty good backlog. Will most likely last me a good amount of time until I'm able to use them, and then I'll have other stuff. So that's what you do. You come here and put in, and then for the other ones, I'm going to note them and on the tool leprechaun, and I'm going to go ahead and drop them off at some of the other farming patches that we have quick access to, and that way they'll be there ready whenever I need them. After that, we will go ahead and actually do Myers Big Adventure. So I guess I don't need to show this whole thing. You can get, I think you guys get the idea, and I guess we'll speed through it all the way back to you. But anyway, I'm going to do this for a while. I might take a break IRL, but we're going to wait on that super compost because I forgot to do it ahead of time. There we go. Look at me and my birdie. I will name him, what's your name, buddy? Charles. The bird's name is Charles. There you go. He looks like a Charles. Anyway. Okay, guys, there is My Arms Big Adventure completed. Finally, we got it done, and that is 35 farming. There we go, and 44 Herblore. Yep, I had a feeling that it wasn't going to quite make it. Okay, so I'll need to do a bit more. I did skip a little bit, so I'll go ahead and have to knock out probably the Karamja Easy Diary and the Ardone Easy Diary, and then maybe one more easy diary. I'll have to look through what I can actually complete. But let me look at that. Okay, guys, that is the Ardone Easy Diary completed, and we're of course going to put this lamp on Herblore. How many charges is this? Okay, yeah, because this also gives run restore. So there you go. That is the Lumbridge diary completed, and I am just short of here. So you know what? I might as well do the Karamja diary as well. It really doesn't take that long, and yeah, I really should get it done. So I'll go ahead and do this. It'll round out the nice 45 Herblore, and then I'll be able to move on to the next section. Okay, guys, that is. Oh, turn around this way. Okay, that is the Cobos and Corn Easy Diary completed. Alrighty, guys, and with that, I am going to actually go ahead and call this one an episode. I know it's a lot shorter than most of the other ones, but this is just a bunch of Herblore. I mean, it's not shorter in real time because a lot of those quests take forever, and this is hours of questing, but as far as video-wise, it's going to be pretty short. Also, I did knock out some of those diaries. It's not really the end of the world if you do the diaries now, but you know, I went ahead and did them and showed them for continuity's sake, keeping in mind that the whole point for me was to get to 45 Herblore, but that milestone isn't really that important because you're not actually going to make super attack potions right now. But doing the diaries is of course very helpful, and there's several more diaries that you could do that also have useful benefits. There's always that Varrock Easy diary that is very nice to have, but Garden of Tranquility, yeah. But you know, you should get it done eventually. Anyway, I'm here at Hespori, or not at Hespori, I'm here at Ty Farm because I also did my farming at this point. Whenever you guys you guys did farming way earlier in the guide, I talked to you about that, but I actually did farming right now, and I'm gonna go ahead and cut out most of those clips because, you know, it's kind of irrelevant at this point. You've already done it, and I don't really think it's that important to show, but I did go ahead and get my 65 farming at this point and got a Hosori seed, and I actually started farming my herb seeds and whatnot right now. This is where I actually started farming, but you will have already done that. So anyway, in the next one we are going to start Slayer point boosting, and that's gonna be a whole doozy, which I will cover in the next one.